Hi, baby. Behold, as my arm clips up through my scarf, extremely visibly. You're demoiter. You're demoiter. Eh. Let's play Disco Elysium, everybody. Ooh, I'm just sitting here gonna play Disco Elysium. Ooh. I don't hate this. I don't hate this. I think that USB is for a mouse that I no longer have or controller. I think. Or like already stopped working.
I'm so behind. I haven't seen any streams since last year.
Heyo. Whoa, Nee. How you doing, Nee? How you doing? Hmm. Beat cam.
I'm up to light. Good night and good stream.
Thank you very much, Ali Sylvestris, for the resub and good night.
These babies are geniuses, catching the mouse at the source.
Yeah. Wait, I think they added some more poses. So many of these are so fucking like anime. I'm just with the anime. I'm just with the anime. I'm just with the anime. Oh wow. Oh wow, anime. Whoa, wait. This pose used to work better. Oh, I guess it's actually supposed to be like this. You know, just a normal pose. Here, I'm just gonna rest it on this window frame. This is what you call a power position. It's a brand new era of framing things. Where'd the window go? Where'd the window go? Stick the leggy out real far. What even? Oh, I think it's supposed to be like, hey stream, I was just casually hanging out here. I couldn't help but notice you. This is another pose that's just like an anime girl. What am I doing? Unknowable. What I'm doing is anime girl. Yeah. Exactly. Wow. Whatever the fuck this one is. For when you're like halfway between trying to do an anime intro pose and trying to show off your sexy butt. Wait, what am I doing here? So I look like I might be some kind of ghost or something. Give to me your churu. Give to me your churu now. Give me. Please, can I have some more churu? I might have to add this one to like a repository of poses. I like the idea of getting beggy. What is this? This looks like a, oh you, oh you. God, there's so many of them though. Whoa. Oh, this is like bored and sexy. This is me like being the super villainous or whatever. You're barely worth my time, stream, but I suppose I shall entertain you for a certain period. Okay, wait. I'm gonna go back to the default, and then we're gonna play Disco Elysium or whatever. Now there we go, baby. There we go. Critura. Oh. La critura. Here I come. Here I come. I'm the crab man. I'm the crab man. Okay, anyway. You know what? I'm just going to close the program and reopen because I think I'll be in the right default pose then. And with like the right camera angle. The babies. Crab would be interesting for like a theme for a HoloLive or whatnot. Like, how would they do it, I wonder? Boop. Boop. There we go. Okay, so last time we were caught in a web of lies between these two parties who keep fucking lying to us in different ways. I don't even remember I guess Titus is on side now and we're gonna work together in some way. And then make Titus give up Ruby's location. Have you fully explored the whirling, analyzed the site of the murder, truly and thoroughly interrogated Klasha? All these might make convincing them easier. Determine where the shot came from. Check boardwalk for bullet traces. Check island for bullet traces. Check Land's End for bullet traces. Huh. If I can actually find something out there, that's crazy. Wait, let's talk to Titus again.
It's you again. What is it?
Oh, is the voices loud enough? Whoa. Oh, I guess I haven't talked to him since my, like, final talk to Klasha. Okay, I talked to Klasha. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
He leans back in regards with curiosity. What do you mean, why? Because she's your real leader. Or, I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer. Or, I have seen her in a laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. Or, look, I need to pin this on someone and I've decided to pin this on her. Or, I suspect she killed the victim. That's why. Or, a civil war is brewing and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby. Or, she is a suspect in another case I'm investigating. A drug smuggling. I like this one about preventing the civil war.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't.
Guys, are you listening to me? I feel like
Ruby's
you aren't.
one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
So, like, was that him being like, wait, does he actually like me to say something like that? And Titus is like, fucking embarrassing.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
That's pretty rude.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Logic, impossible. 97% success rate. Found key in union box. Saw the winch outside. Staged like a play. Reconstructed murder scene. Secret route found. Ruby is a drug trader established. Hee 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 hee. Bam.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories,
Pyong.
webs of human emotion,
Pyong.
all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
Elaine, shut up.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Objection.
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
She didn't go to the toilet, or she didn't go to the bar for a drink, or she didn't go out for a fresh air for one smoke. I feel like the fresh air thing could be related to retrieving the key.
No.
In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you all the time?
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop.
So she completely fucking left then.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
Objection.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
Thanks, suggestion. You do agree the shot came from the roof, right? Or a skilled Sambo artist could have climbed the outer wall like a spider. Harry, I'm fucking begging you not to choose number 2. There's a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof. Or have you noticed the winch out back on the outer wall of the whirling? Winch. There's a secret route to the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
Oh.
He looks sincerely curious. Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
I mean, there just
The
is one.
elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
Good one, Kim. Or from there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside. Good one, Kim makes it sound like like a joke or something. There's a door straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Only I'm dumb enough for that waiter.
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
There were pinball machines in the workshop, still operational. I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop. Guess what? Remember that key I found here? Point at the window. Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot? Move on. I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints. Recent.
Recent nod. Recent nod. A week or two. Recent nod. But they didn't fit with any of yours on the scene, Ruby included. There were prints there with horizontal lines. Ooh. There were prints there with horizontal lines?
Horizontal? I see they taught you well in your RCM school. My old man, a hunter and a half-blind one at it, could have said that. Horizontal lines. Good news is, I'm still listening.
He knows they had to be recent for those lines to still read. This wasn't a failure.
You mean why'd I say that? I thought maybe, like, if he happened to have a little extra information based on them being horizontal lines, like, shit, I know them shoes. I know I done seen her in them shoes. Then, you know, that it was worth it throwing that out there just in case it you know, got a little nibble. Let's see. Guess what? Remember that key I found here?
I don't like guessing, Cobb. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old, faded. It'd been there for 20 years at least.
She could have made a copy, or she could have just put it back there once she was done. Or, yeah, maybe I was jumping to conclusions. She could have just put it back there once she was done. Oh, wait. The copy is also a solid idea, though. Could just put it back there once she was done.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it.
Nom, 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 nom. Have we firmly established that Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does
the
not
hammer didn't
put
work.
that bullet in his head.
Wait, try
A
throwing
gun
things real
does
quick.
that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Someone try throw a thing. Oh no! Wait, let's see. It might have to do with me trying to relink it after, you know, being on the other account. Here, what if I deauthenticate and reauthenticate? Connect Twitch. The button's just not working. Okay, wait, I'm gonna exit and re-enter. You wanna quit tits? Never. Oh, Fran. Fran jumped and was immediately met with baby and was like, ah, fuck. Because, baby. So Fran had to retreat over there. Little baby. And the other two babies? Right here. Oh, goodness. Alright, does it say connect Twitch? Login complete. Supposedly. Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Baby, don't go back there. You're gonna fuck up my mic. You're gonna fuck up my mic. I like you. Just hang out in my lap. Just hang out in my lap. Look, hang out in my lap. They're so baby. They got their second round of vaccines today, so they should be a little extra tuckered out. That's a tuckered baby right there. That's a tuckered baby. Okay. But it does not put that bullet in her head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
I've already established Ruby's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns too. Or I have analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed. Or there's a small 28% chance that shot came from beyond the roof. Or the local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her. What do you... This is like me confusing like the order of events. They knew that I'm... That's awesome, actually. God, that makes me want to say it. God, that makes me want to say it, but I shouldn't. I've already established Ruby's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns too.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds.
She's freaking... it's super into big boy gun drug trading. You can't be like, oh, this doesn't even matter.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
What? Fine, Titus. I'm not getting into it if it touches on your precious business.
Okay, cop. She's got connections. I could see how she could have access to a gun. That still doesn't mean she did.
Whatever suggestion, it was worth
That's
it.
all you needed. Doubt.
I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her. Move on.
All right, cop. Keep talking. I'll
Run!
tell you when
Don't
I've had enough.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up? Or maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge against you, Titus. Or maybe she killed him because she thought it would curry favor with you. Now, Fran tipped over the trash, just I think out of wanting to see what was in the trash. This part is interesting. It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize a cover-up.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Oh, when she came back downstairs, huh? Oh, when she came back downstairs, huh? Or I guess they were admitting to her going to do the cover-up
wanted
stuff.
to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Eugene, let's assume you killed him. Shinky, let's assume you killed him. Titus, let's assume you killed him. Well, since Eugene just spoke up, I guess we'll play with him. Let's assume you killed him.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending
she would
her?
never do that.
This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Ho 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 ho. Because she thought it would curry favor with you. I don't like that. Maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge. I could see that. But do I want to even push this? Things don't add up. We need to talk to her. How would that help her in a leadership challenge? Kind of weird. You have to see it. Things don't add up. He already seems pretty
Silence.
convinced.
He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Thanks, perception. I really needed to know that.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Wanna know why?
However hard I ask. Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
Hee.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What was she scared of?
I told you. You.
Me, as in the RCM? Me, personally? As in the RCM?
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Oh? Don't forget the funny tie, too. No wonder she's afraid. I've come to declare the ending of the human experiment. Or she probably knew me from my singing days. Or, oh God. Oh, I'm sorry. God, why does everything flee at the sight of my shadow? Or I have no idea why she'd be scared. I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his head. Don't forget the funny tie, too.
How can I forget?
He nods at your tie.
You and I are going to dance in the moonlight under 1 billion stars.
Salute.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Won't stop?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
Oh yeah, I guess I might actually have a decent reputation considering that I did a really good job before. Also, with the way he said cans, open them up like carpet.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
The tattooed man shakes his head.
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener? Anything else? Anything? Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus. This cop, he... But she was too scared.
Hey, did Ruby smell like apricots by chance?
Everard has a file on you, but that's bogus. What she knows comes from somewhere else, from Jamrock. It must be real stuff.
Do you have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far.
You
We know
don't
that
have a
much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al, and we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure, there's some shithouses there, a cinder block town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
My one thought is, no, I guess that wouldn't make sense. The lady with the kids. Because I was wondering if the fisher lady with the sword,
We will
she
start
seemed
there.
cool enough to be the villain.
One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish, hair's red, dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
The baby girl? I'm thinking of the girl who was with the teens, the with doing the drugs. What was her name? Axella. Do you know what she's doing with Elon frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something.
I have one bomb, by which I mean a pale emitter. It's not much, but it'll do. Go.
It'll have to.
Shake it.
His grip is firm and reassuring.
Oh,
like
he put his
holding
hand out.
A piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
You should be a cop, Titus, or just think it. I'll just think it.
No, he already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the source of that pillar of silence. That's like the pale, like, forming. Dyed red hair, boyish, looks like a lorry man. Okay, wait, this is that girl we called, isn't it? The girl that left because of us. And Gart blamed himself because he hit on her. What was her name? Sylvie? Sylvie, are you the villain? Yeah, she said her name was Sylvie. Maybe she also goes by Ruby on occasion, huh? Huh? Anyone could be this girl.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours?
Yeah, or I don't need this criticism right now. This chapter is closed, discard thought. Yeah, and?
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Classia. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end.
What do you mean?
Anything struck you a bit off about this mishmash?
Well, the bullet didn't have to come from the roof. It could have come from anywhere on the coast. Or the bullet was jacketed. These don't just lie around everywhere, do they? Or the footprints in the pinball workshop didn't fit with the odd soul's print on the crime scene. Or so far no one has mentioned hearing the shot. Or I'm done thinking about this. Yeah, I mean, it's like the whole Ruby thing, it just doesn't feel super satisfying in a way where it feels like it can't have been her unless... or like that's just like the vibe you get from the way that stories flow. But I don't know. I don't know what this game's got planned for me, baby. I'll say the footprints didn't fit.
No, they didn't.
The bullet was jacket. It's only just lie around everywhere.
Good point. It is rather rare these days. But do continue.
Didn't have to come from the roof.
Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere. But you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window.
So far, no one has mentioned hearing the shot.
Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you.
I'm done thinking about this.
That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. Free as a bird on that roof, lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me?
What do you want from me, Volition?
Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's no use harassing her further.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just hard for me to know how seriously I should take that. I mean, obviously I'm not ruling her out, but I mean, it just seemed like it was worth talking to Ruby.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a puller.
This is Precinct 57. Just a second, officer.
This lady has red hair. It's her.
Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes. Hello?
Oh, that's right. She's blonde. Hey, Sylvie. It's the police again.
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
Have you seen my gun? Tess Claus's story. Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
You know who made that call?
No, sorry. I don't.
Yeah, that's the same.
People don't have the money to have the...
So the union has a phone.
Seems like Glacier wasn't lying when she said it was her.
I wouldn't be so sure, detective.
Okay, yeah, because, like, I do feel like it makes sense that Claudia made the call with all the details about cutting the phone line, which she at least knew about, so I don't know, man. Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
She sounds beyond exacerbated. I showed you my gun. When did it happen?
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and...
She stops hesitantly, not sure if she could continue. And what did I do? Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what happened. And what did I do?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Checks out.
I remember this. You were screaming things like, my brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains. Very nice visuals.
Why do you remember that rhetoric?
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after.
This is really weird. This is a really weird situation for my boys to suddenly be remembering things like this. I should have killed myself, or why would I threaten to kill myself? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay. Or, okay, I don't know what to say. Or, yes, but what happened to my gun? Okay, I don't know what to say.
Me neither.
What happened to my gun?
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, big bucks cannot lie, and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns.
Oh no, where'd my money go?
It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask.
Oh, I see. I pawned it and then I was waving around demonia. I think I got everything I need, thanks.
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Are you Ruby? I'm done with the radio for now.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set
She
of
did quit her
steering
job
levers,
over it.
a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Tap on the fuel preheater gauge.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Run your fingers over one of the steering levers.
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
I'm considering a ban. I'm considering it. Okay, let's see. We gotta go check the coast. Oh yeah, we still haven't managed to empathize with poor fucking Tommy.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Well, the asking her about my gun wasn't available as a question when I first talked to her, but that was before I, like knew my gun was missing. Oh, this is locked, but this isn't. Hit him with your best verse.
No, just no. I can already... This guy has amazing willpower.
Alas. Okay. Oops. Yup. Yo, sword lady. You seem kind of dramatic. Are you the
Waves
villain?
are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with you and those waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
I need to explore the coast. Using you. That's interesting. I kind of thought I did explore the coast, but...
I'll just keep the Corda Lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds the mooring line around a post.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Mom. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detectives.
She fastens the end of the line around the post and straightens her back.
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
What, are you sick of just standing on your boat all day, every day?
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Have you been spying on us?
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here.
She just wants to be involved.
Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordelate red. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
Didn't have to say it like that. So how do you like it here? Look around.
How do I like it?
Yeah, she's a fucking girl boss. I love her. She casts her gaze towards the village, slush melting on the cinder blocks, construction work left half finished 10 years ago.
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune.
I haven't seen her be evil.
The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead.
Someone
or
else has said
missing.
pornographically poor,
And
didn't
is
they?
that the carcass of a
Or is that my
motor carriage
internal
over
self?
there?
She squints her eyes. Yeah, that's my car.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react.
Rhetoric. Oh my god. Okay, you're right to be scared. This is all your fault. Or you're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. Or try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks. Or this place is doomed either way. Or say nothing. This is just how the real city looks.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never...
She leans against the railing looking up at the grey sky.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
The wind picks up, her raincoat flaps in the gust. This fishing village? This island? This isola? This fishing village?
No, they're in Celindian, Isola.
No, you haven't told me how they found it.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river.
Oof.
50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Oblivion. That's so me. 45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better though. Or say nothing. I have not gone down the cryptozoology path. She asked me about her to look for her husband, and I haven't seen anything about it since. Oblivion, that's so me.
I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Yeah, I was a little put off of Lena because she was super racist to Kim, unfortunately. Tell me now, we have time, or tell me something else then. Tell me now, we have time.
Do we?
He glances at his watch. It doesn't look like he does.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in
Oh, what
pursuit.
is it doing?
This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Interesting.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit.
Look at the baby. Look at the yippee baby. That's all for now. Thank you. Thanks, Mom. Come and check on us. I gotta wait. Where's the... Look at the baby! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ah, baby. Okay, I gotta explore the coast. I will ask, the coast that it's referring to for me to explore, is that south or north of here? Fair enough. I don't think the map is very helpful. A creaking ahead, a broken axle grinding. Wait, okay, so there's a water lock. How would I get past there? Go around? Oh. I mean, I've clearly not fully explored the coast yet. Someone has broken down the fence and the barbed wire. The swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. Glory, says the graffito, to the ghosts of us. Someone has left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Boom, boom. Wait. Music. Smallest church in St. Sains. Karaoke. Karaoke. Oh, fuck. Main quests. Okay, this is no-go zone. I will ask, how am I supposed to get past this part? You don't? Oh, so when people said, but people are talking about past the water lock. I know I'm already crystal. Yes, my scarf has the texture of the horrific necktie. The shot couldn't have come from here. Trees block the way. That's right, this ominous as fuck house. Or shack. Oh yeah, I could check back in with the boys, with that weird fucker. Yo, weird fucker.
Tequila sunset.
He nods in appreciation. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around here lately? Oh, interesting.
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Did you and your pals sign this document? Show Everart's letter. Oh, I found your jacket.
Ah, tequila. I knew you'd come through. That's fucking great, man.
Give him the jacket.
Let me see. What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this?
Look, I may have just seen an omen of my impending death. I don't care about the jacket. Or what do you expect? You left it outside for a week. Or, I'm sorry, I found it like this. What do you expect? You left it outside for a week.
I'm not taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in an irrecoverably decaying orbit, but I've still got standards.
You've got poo-poo pants.
Either bring it back the way it was before, or find a dumpster to burn it in.
He hands it to you.
You know, despite the guano, it looks like the jacket itself is stain resistant. It may just need a good scrubbing.
I need the washi jacket. They're so sleep. You're so baby. All three are in my lap, by the way. Oh.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
That's enough.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier.
I find shivers a little much. Out there is stuff, and people are sad because things and objects buy. The motherfucker! I need to ask him about starting a committee for everything. Okay, a lot going on here, A lot going on here. Fallen people. People. What the fuck is that? What? Small wire framing inside this future-looking fallen people hat gives it the aerodynamic shape of a swoop skier's helmet, but none of its protective qualities. Covers the wearer's ears and eyebrows to bring down the drag coefficient. Ah, one of these thingies. Ultimate peak focus, -1 perception, eyes on the road. That's pretty useful, though. A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. One, yeah.
As you approach, the man turns and greets you with a polite wave.
He's still labeled Sunday friend.
He appears completely at ease, like a common holidaymaker.
Ah, super. It's the officer. I was not expecting to run into you again, but things have a funny way of turning out, no? What brings you down to the scenic Martinez coast?
Actually, I was wondering what you're doing out here. I need help forming a committee. I'm trying to assign la responsabilité.
My friend, if it's la responsabilité you're after, I have good news for you. There's no need to form such a committee, because it already exists.
I should have known.
God, of course it does. These moral intern types.
The Comité de Responsabilité de Revachol. It acts as a sort of clearinghouse for coalition activities. To put it simply, they are the ultimate arbiters of la responsabilité in this part of the world.
Yes, this is just the sort of reasonable authority you're looking for.
Hell yeah.
I would offer to connect you with the committee myself, but alas, I am not actually in Martinez.
What? Where is he then?
Annie?
He's speaking figuratively. He means he's not in Martinez in his official capacity.
Oh, because you're only here to fuck. What are you talking about? I'm looking at you right now, or I got it. You're only here on personal business.
Précisément. Officially, I am still in La Delta, preparing for an upcoming conference on fuel oil derivatives. That's why it would be extremely irregular, or potentially even inappropriate for me to intercede with the committee concerning a district I'm not officially in.
But this is an urgent matter. I need to get in touch with the committee. Or how am I supposed to contact the committee then? Or are you saying I should just give up? How am I supposed to contact the committee then?
Well, under ordinary circumstances, the committee contacts you.
In other words, the committee only knows what it wants to know.
But if you have information of a vital interest, they might be willing to entertain an exception. In which case, I would advise you to contact them via Coalition Warship Archer.
Worship Archer. Also, so this baby has started waking up and crying. I think because he's like uncomfortable or something, but he doesn't know what to do about it other than go and then wait for himself to become more comfortable somehow. Like for someone to fix something. Oh, the baby. Oh, the baby. Like he's like a committee to assign la comfortabilité. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh baby. Oh baby.
Doki.
His little paws. Wow. Wow.
Doki.
Oh my goodness. Wait, that's almost a perfect angle. Almost. This is gonna suck when I need to use the restroom. There you go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Come picky. Okay. Wait, there's a Coalition Warship Archer?
Officer, you mean to say that you haven't noticed the giant Coalition aerostatic peacefully patrolling the skies over Rivachal?
So peaceful.
You follow the man's gaze out toward the west. There, hanging some distance above the horizon, you can just make out a strange silhouette. It looks to your eye like some kind of long metallic fish suspended beneath a number of ceiling fans. Not just any fish. It moves like some
That is an
ancient
illegal
bottom
amount of
feeder
baby.
gliding over the ocean floor in search of prey.
Thank you very much for the sub, Ryanitis. It's amazing, an inspiring symbol, or it looks like a fish, or can't believe I never noticed it before. It looks like a fish.
Fascinating. I always thought it was more like a dragonfly. But isn't it interesting how humanity always finds inspiration in nature?
Why do I need to go through Archer to speak to the committee? Or how does one go about contacting a Coalition warship? Why do I need to go through Archer?
You see, in addition to being an airborne artillery platform, Coalition Warship Archer is also the linchpin of the Coalition's surveillance and communications infrastructure in Revachol.
I'm not thinking about Ruby. I'm not thinking about Ruby in Amity Arena. I'm not thinking about it. Hold on, it's watching us too?
And listening. It has the most objective vantage point in the entire city. Not to mention a vast array of radio, photographic, and meteorological monitoring instruments. I find it a great comfort to know there are benevolent powers watching over all, in strict accordance with the Wayfarer Act and the Bristlemune Convention.
How does one go about contacting a Coalition warship?
This is quite the problem. Very tricky. Of course, the Archer has orders to fire on any unidentified aerostatics that might approach it, so it might be safer to get in touch from the ground.
I like that his first thought is that we're gonna try to like get a balloon and go fly towards and be like, hey!
But in that case, you would require a radio transmitter capable of broadcasting on Coalition frequencies. And that kind of technology naturally isn't typically available for non-Coalition use. Yes, it is a bit of a conundrum. I suppose there might be some way to circuit bend your way onto those frequencies, but you'd have to be one of those techno-tinkerers to do it.
Do you know any of these tinkerers?
Unfortunately not, no.
I mean, obviously, we've met the lady at the church.
I am merely a representative of the Coalition government, not very well versed in technology. But you...
Sounds like something that programmer we met in the church might be able to help with.
Yeah, I already thought about her, Kim.
Let me just say that I have complete confidence in the RCM. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Actually, I was wondering what you're doing here.
Well, that's très simple. I was visiting the fishing village just north of here. They have applied for a series of microloans to revitalize the old market. And well, I wished to see the situation firsthand. And then, well, I had some extra time on my hands, so I decided to stroll down here. It's quite peaceful, isn't it?
Look around. Yeah, it's lovely. Or, it's not quite my scene. Or, actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about. It's lovely.
Yes. There's nothing like a stroll along the coast to lift one's spirits.
Actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about.
I'm all
Thank you for your time.
Always my pleasure.
Well, we actually ended up proceeding on that quest somehow.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Why this many bullet holes? Plus 1 bullet holes on the plaza, plus 1 bullet holes in the backyard, plus 1 know about the revolution, plus 1 know about failed electrical. Pyong.
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall.
Ooh.
There are many of them, a dozen at least. Their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No movement.
That isn't what you drew.
10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with the white of innocence. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
What is this?
The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
Look at the people against the wall.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background.
They're facing the wall, but we hadn't written that part by the time we got the artist.
Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them.
Who were they?
Comrades, the forsaken, the wretched, who tried to rise against the horrors of the world.
Look at the line of soldiers.
7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one?
Look at the person standing to the side.
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Kim, who was in this execution?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Really makes you think.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Feld?
What if it was the Feld personnel when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
Lieutenant nods.
Or maybe.
What about people from the coalition, the so-called moralists?
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
Good boy.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Could be anyone, though. The sign says, Entrée interdite. An old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. No longer in operation. Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench, covered in rust. All right, you said I missed a thing in a box. That's unacceptable. I'm very container focused. Huh? Oh. Alcohol. I saw that purple. Purple. People paid money to park here. No one would pay now. When you... Here. When you... Boathouse is shoddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over. Thank you very much, Scribbled, for the follow. Magnesium. Oversized superstar sunglasses. Yeah. Wait, what do I have that you can... Oh yeah, the cassette. Oversized superstar sunglasses. +1 savoir-faire. Dazzling reflexes. -1 visual calculus. The mirror lies. Is your own stardom too dazzling for your eyes? Can't bear to look at your own fabulous reflection in the mirror? Then these classic oversized sunglasses are for you. Big sunglasses. No boat in the boathouse today. This looks like terror. This is horrible, but I do really have to use the restroom. Even though the babies are sleeping on my lap so cutely, I really gotta use the restroom. I'm so sorry, babies. I'm so sorry, babies. Look at them. Babies. Babies. Let me see if I can just... Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Give all geese. Give all of them geese. So baby. How can they be so baby? Amazing. When I went to get them their vaccines today, the girl who got the 2 girls from this litter also went, and I saw hers, and her 2 girls are named Curling and Luge, and I feel like Luge really got the short end of the name stick when it came to all these winter sports names. I feel like maybe you could have done a bit better. Okay. Curling is cute. I like curling. But luge is rough. I don't know, it feels like douche or something. Like it just like doesn't have a good name feel, I think, to me. Okay. Cryptozoologist.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this gem.
Morel, the cryptozoologist.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Gary, the crypto fashion. I love that it just goes ahead and calls him that, like, you'll know soon enough. Oh no. Oh no.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
You don't seem too happy to see the RCM, or Lana sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back. I'm gonna say that one.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage, but it's fixed now. You can go back, or the water lock's been fixed. It was fine when I crossed it. Withhold the whole story. I'll withhold the whole story.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
I don't shower.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Crikey. He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind.
For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him.
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen a woman with red hair who seemed to be on the run?
I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly
including
honest.
your wife?
The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook, then gestures for you to proceed.
Lena seems pretty eager for your return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
He looks south, where Lena would be.
Come on, Morel. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Maybe you're soaked to your nuts because you're resting your nuts on the ground.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the phasmid somehow.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
Really? She sighted the phasmid? She didn't tell me that.
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
He coughs, then continues.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our
You doing
dream
okay, dude?
to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Another cough into his fist this time. Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, come back to check the traps later? Or you should just give up on this bug hunt. Or, okay, I understand, I don't give up on things either. Maybe you could warm up, come back later?
No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the Fairsmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
Then you'd have a dead specimen. That still proves your point.
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
Interfacing. What if we check the traps for you? No, I don't want to do this right now. Tiny cages, carefully constructed. People are starting to think, waking up, these soggy logs smell of ignition fluid, still they won't light up.
Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer?
Hello.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
I have questions about the crypto part of this crypto-fascist. I think the crypto aspect might be overselling his ability to mask.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about after a little probing first.
Logic? I don't think there should be rhetoric saying that.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors? Or, yeah, I'm more of a city boy too. Or leave, not a lover of the great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Yeah, degenerates, see? Like gay people. Nobody's perfect. I'm sure you've been tempted to drink, or sadly, I think I might be a drunk or degenerate. Maybe even both, or drunks and degenerates. That's my crew! I'm gonna say that.
Dark times will do that to good men.
He nods gravely, then shifts his gaze to the pile of soggy logs at his feet. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, pee-pee. Oh, hello, pee-pee. Do you know anything about the man hanging behind the whirling rags? Is this your mug? Hold up the yellow... Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
You said yellow man. That's not something many people go around saying, or it seemed as if you were calling to it longingly when you cried, "Yellow man!" Or I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes. Or you look like the kind of guy who might have a collection of mugs like this home in his colonial mug collection. I'm not going to admit I've been in his house yet. I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all.
Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of the lynching? Or, alright, I believe you. You look like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer. Still seems suspicious.
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
If he threw it away, that means it was open. That means that someone who had access to the key had opened it.
You're not going to find me, are you?
I am. Rip out a fine slip for 20 real. Or I am. Rip out a fine slip for 100 real. Or I am. Rip out a fine slip for 250 real. The maximum. Or, nah, Gary. I just want information. Would this fucker have 100 real? Rip out a fine slip for 100 real.
Okay, I deserve that. And I won't do it again. You have my word. I don't know what got into me.
Oh, I guess I don't
Stuffing
immediately
my
get it.
Garbage in another man's property. I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koikos are price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Yeah, this is him.
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
Lieutenant raises his eyebrows and look up.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanging behind the whirling rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yes. What happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would.
So that
I
was
put
fair
them
to
into
say.
the
We were talking
Whirling's
about
trash,
it. It's him.
Along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
The lieutenant remarks drolly.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
Uh-huh.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
What's that strange sound?
What sound?
That clinking I just heard when you moved. Oh, don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna say the latter.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
What if I say...
What
that
sound?
clinking I just heard when you moved?
Really?
He fans his arms out slowly, and this time his motions are soundless.
There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind
You
shifting
little
some
fucker.
garbage nearby.
Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation. In my small way.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection? Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
Again, this feels like more of a rhetoric thing than a logic thing. Do you know anything about the man hanging behind the whirling rags? Are you a cryptozoologist too? You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Hey, you want to say some more racist shit? So Gary, you live nearby in an apartment in Martinet, point in its direction. Why is he shifting around like that? Analyze Gary's composure. +1, clinking sound. Composure. Okay, chotto matte. Yappa yoku naite atamaku. Okay. Composure. Chotto matte. Oh. Hello. Composure. 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 Composure.
Always a pleasure to... I mean, officers.
Even.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to
Politics
rip
is this
out from
amazing
underneath.
fashion. Something worn underneath it.
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other.
Yeah, the air quotes
resembling pearls
crypto
or
fascist.
marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once.
He unbuttons the shirt.
I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth. This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
The lieutenant's tone is icy. Give me that armor now. Or, why did you really put those clothes in the trash? Or, why did you lie to me, Gary? Or, do you know who killed the hangman? Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling.
He looks at his feet.
So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning.
Did you really need to
No
admit
one
that
saw
part,
me.
idiot?
I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
Oh, baby, do it, ditto, pukey. Oh, baby. Pukey, baby. Feeling a little nauseous from getting your vaccines.
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly.
He's disgusted by this racist.
It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Give me that armor now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought it was the Union. Some Union hardasses. Lynched him because of the strike. But almost everyone in town knows that. I wish I could tell you more.
Go, barfy mouth.
This is all he knows.
Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you. But...
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later.
I like the idea that he didn't look over the entire time that he was like taking off his shirt and stuff. Here, wait, I'm gonna put the babies down so I can wipe up that. Make sure nobody like eats it or something. You never know with these kids. Yeah, if y'all didn't catch Saw's crazy end of the year compilation of crew clips, he's a madman. Oh, so feel free to link the YouTube link. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, he's a madman. Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
He looks around, relieved of some burden, his mouth still quivering. So, Gary, you live nearby in an apartment in Martinez?
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
Have you found your door open lately? And you're a big Man from Hemdall fan? Or Mr. Clare must be very angry with you. Or I think I broke into your apartment. I'm very sorry. We'll return to this later. For now, let me ask you something else.
Of course. Of course.
I think we fucked with him sufficiently for now. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling. Mwanya. I did open the door, and I did go inside and see his racist mug collection.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
Wait, I can't see anything interesting.
You don't have a reason to. Yet.
What is this about?
Nothing. Just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
Wait, but I saw like an interactable... What the fuck? It was a thing. There was a thing. It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near to the ocean. But I saw it. And then I clicked the thing and then it was no longer interactable. What the fuck? God damn it.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Try to see... Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? Point to the windows, or try to see inside. I'll go ahead and try.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside?
No. I won't even try. You know...
He takes his glasses off.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Can you still shoot, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Uh-huh. You want to pretend that thing earlier didn't happen, Kim? You want to pretend I don't remember that shit? There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer? Look, I ain't saying I'm good either. I fucked it up real big. Real bad. Real bad. Like so bad. Oh, rock. Doink. I might have shot the body a little bit. These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. The building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. Oh, I know. This is an anchor for the Isola. If you take it out, the whole thing floats away.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Could the structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling? I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Can I get any better interfacing? Oh, well, we know I can get interfacing with my... Oh, wait, I already have them on. Oh! The Curus. +1 pain threshold, +1 volition, -1 empathy. Because mania of invulnerability, borrowed confidence, thicker skin. Weird. Oh, and it's still having that weird Kim effect. I need to get just the one glove, like in the Final Cut official art. That's hot cool shit. We don't know who has the gloves still. Oh, it was a red check? Why the fuck is it a red check? I do have fucking 5 skill points. Wait.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune.
Oh, the difficulty's 20.
The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
I guess I should probably leave it just in case I can, like, find something else that would make it more possible then. Or leave it for when I need to heal from failing a red check. A rusted broken control box for the radio relay tower. This ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. This relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay, barely. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. I don't trust this relay tower. Scented scarf, +1 shivers, -2 physical instrument. Here's a look. Springtime cold, -2 physical instrument, allergies. This light springtime scarf smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Someone must have left it behind, probably from a date. Or if you want to delude yourself that spring has arrived. Hell yeah. We can't abandon horrible tie. I put it on my model, it's canonical. Tiny inlets there, off in the far distance where the posts trail toward. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Tiomotiri. Looksaw was right though. I understand wanting to help, but you know, you gotta let me live and learn. like a baby child. Shirt, white polo shirt. +1 rhetoric, -1 empathy. What's a polo? +1 rhetoric. What's a polo anyway? -1 empathy. No, really. What the hell is a polo? This turns into a college debate, boy. This shirt looks worn and smells a bit. You can't help but wonder, who would leave it stuffed in a tear container? What kind of man would even wear a polo shirt? Damn, they have strong opinions about polo shirts. Look, we do keep talking about Sonic. It might finally be time for me to, you know, bust out Sonic Melanie. Though now I would want to make it her in 3D. I could make her in 3D. I could make her have horrifying mouth animations like they do in Sonic Adventure. What's going on?
Yes, what is it?
She doesn't look up from the keyboard. Have you seen anyone suspicious, say, a woman named Ruby?
What? No, no one's suspicious around here.
Except you.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Hey, about that 2mm hole again.
The swallow, you mean? What about it? Great. Thanks.
What if I just force you to leave? I'm a police officer. You have to do what I say. Or what if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work. Or it's not a paying job, but could you help me contact Coalition Warship Archer? What if you didn't have to leave?
I don't want to make anything work.
She replies, her expression unchanged. Hold on, you don't want to make anything work.
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Alright, got your message.
Good.
Suggestion, convince her to cooperate with the Ravers. +1, research not going well.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something?
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to a boom boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He's purring now. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
What is an offsite copy, and why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She points to the glowing cube inside the machine.
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
If it's called an offsite copy, then why is it still on site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
Maybe Kuno Yumberry.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored.
Droids is also up
We
there.
clear?
But I need to see how things finish out. Where's your old workspace?
On Rue de Saint-Ghislain, in the East Delta Commerce Center.
She wipes some hair off her face and sighs.
You might be more familiar with the name Doomed Commercial Area. You could get in through the bookshop on the plaza. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Wait, bookstore lady, you mean Plaisance?
That's her name, I believe.
And where exactly is the offsite copy?
There's this giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. It's there. Don't worry, you can't miss the bear. It's hideous.
Why can't you go and get the film in yourself?
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
Wait, are you part of the curse? Or why does she think you're part of the curse? Oh yeah, fridge! Why does she think you're part of the curse?
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil.
That's a bit biased, don't you think? Or, yeah, people in Martinez don't really like to get with the times. Or, don't be too harsh, that's only because of their socioeconomic situation. Or, what if it does emit elemental evil? Narrow your eyes. It's a bit biased, don't you think?
No. She literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Reims Civic. I'm not making this up.
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic. So what I need you to do here is go have a talk with her, say that you're a policeman and need to get to the building's basement. Then bring me the offsite copy. Alright?
Alright, I'll go look for the offsite copy.
Thanks.
She thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized pry
And
bar.
here's my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
What the fuck? Excalibur! From a United King, I'm looking for him. I'm going to California. Alright. I wanna follow up on that immediately. Oops. Keep thinking I can use escape to bring up the menu. The baby. Oh, the baby. Oh, the baby. From a United King, I'm looking for him. I'm going to California. Oh, wait. Here. It's gotta be back here, right? A stumpa-thumpa.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Shopkeep, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books.
She feels
Don't
with
you
your
feel
pen.
compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more.
It would have healed my morale.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
We'll open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is close around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
I've heard there's a fridge there that I need. Or, this is about the curse. That's why you're afraid. Or, ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. Or, but I sense this place is calling to me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. Or, I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them. Continue. Or, alright, I'll think about it for a while. Continue. Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
This is about the curse? That's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
I've heard there's a fridge there that I need. That would be a lie now. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say.
No, fuck you, rhetoric.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Rip them apart. This time, for real.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Oh yeah, it's like the 18 plus section. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Looks like Guillaume Le Million, that hair poster. Oh, there he is.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before
Very
you,
Bowie.
covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Even 58% plus 1 broke into Kuno's parents' apartment, plus 1 broke into the communard apartment. I'm so good at breaking into shit. Knock on the door.
Only an echo. A hollowed out
Well,
dark
it is a
echo.
white check. Ba-boom. Ow, no. But my cool look.
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Oh God, try to breathe normally. This really wasn't the best idea, was it? Or I deserve this. My body deserves the suffering for being this weak and disappointing. Or is that blood I'm seeing? Rub your forehead. Or please don't cry, slap your face. I don't want anyone to see me cry. This wasn't the best idea, was it?
Are you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
Not that this is what this is about.
It really looks like you've done any damage to the door, however.
I'm not scared of spirits beyond the door. What the fuck?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you.
But it doesn't seem to affect this. Yeah. But I'll also have to put a point into it, unfortunately, to unlock it. But I do have points saved up. Oh yeah. But it's a multi-tool. Like a multi-purpose tool. Let's see, oh, pain threshold. Boop, bop, boop, boop, bop. Boop. Okay. No sane person would ever put their head in such a machine. Oh, what? Oh, some sort of like barber thing. Okay, pain threshold. I'm putting a point into you for the first time. Except it has such a high maximum, but I put like nothing into it. And one of the babies is doing like little sleepy like sounds.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Boo.
Ow. Shoot.
When did I last
Whose
save?
moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
It was 1 below. I rolled a 3. I want to
Are
see
you
me cry.
alright? This looked...
What is going on there? I warn you.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and reload. We already had, you know, we had our fun little failure, you know. We don't have to do the same thing twice. Okay, okay. We know we have to equip. Oh, we already even equipped stuff. Pain threshold.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds,
I'm so ready for it to
Seminese
fail
trinkets
again.
and charms. It appears to be locked.
Oh, it still hurts you.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Lieutenant stares at you as you stand there silent and brooding. Smash into the door again, wordless. Smash into the door, shout, fuck the system. Smash into the door and shout, freeze, dirtbags. Smash into the door and shout, hands up now. Or smash into the door and shout, fuck it, her. Okay, first of all, fuck the system. Oh, it didn't hurt me that time.
Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon me, stuff and despair. No, I'm just a disempowered individual trying to take my disempowerment out on everyday objects. Or, yeah, I rip shit apart. Yeah, I rip shit apart.
Kudos.
Thought gain anti-object task force. Gim.
What is this place?
Lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. It's an adventure, or it's a netherworld, beyond the veil, or it looks like a gym to me, or no idea, Kim, but my head hurts. My head hurts bad. It's an adventure. Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot. Oops.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Thank you for reminding me of
Specks
that.
of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages? Or let's just keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here. What if there's a reason?
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
They're so fucking baby. Oh yeah. Anti-object task force. -2 pain threshold. Hurts? Take a look at your hands. See how bruised they are? See those little scars? This is Exhibit A. The material world is holding you back. containers, mailboxes, doors, chairs. They are all your enemies, always have been. Atoms themselves are in on the conspiracy, forming shapes and structures that you hate. You are energy stuck in a body. You are a spirit trapped in matter. Break free. Beat up that lamppost. Let it know just how much objects suck. I feel like I should take off my sunglasses just because how would this, come on. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Shot put ball. Ooh, looks like it's actually worth quite a bit.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
Oh no.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
+1 notice collars, -1 head hurt. Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle.
I think I was a discusman.
Gone. It's just a memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony. Actually, I don't really care about safety hazards. What kind of bastard would remove the collars?
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
I was wondering if that was going to give me a minus. Maybe I can come at it when my head not hurt so bad. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. The poster says Citius Fortis. The rest is worn off.
Yes?
Oh, I forgot about this. Why did the 41st send me, Kim?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
What? No, that can't be right. Or, yeah, that makes more sense than the other stuff I thought of. Yeah, that makes more sense than the other stuff I thought of.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late and argues with his necktie.
I don't argue with my necktie. I agree with my
You weren't
necktie.
sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck up? Like, as a joke.
I've considered it.
His voice is somber. So it's true, or, but it's not true, right? So it's true.
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why is that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Ha, so you are their finest, or do you really see me as a safe bet? Ha, so you are their finest.
I am the finest of nothing.
Do you really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
He's right. There are no airtight theories, just paranoia. You've given it some thought. Now let it go.
Excellent. Thanks, Kim. Love you. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Ghost cop, ghost cop. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Demijohn. half toilet. And they gave him a curse. They gave him a cruel name. A name that means half formed. Demi-John. Loose velvet, soft to the touch, moth-bitten. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. Boom, money. But where are the clothes it used to display? Ho 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 ho.
A dusty radio computer sleeps on its wired frame, forgotten and unused. Its keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
Another radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120.
Not yet,
equipped
Frogs.
with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
Turn on the machine.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Lieutenant notes observing the machine. Press play.
Nothing happens. Something's missing. There's no tape in the player.
Fair enough. But you could definitely run Doom on this shit. Me just running around with this fucking Buster sword tool. One yeah. Skis with Slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to? Or what a strange leap of imagination, and yet they still failed. How sad. Finished thought. Or that's just speculation. We don't know anything for sure. Finished thought. But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to?
That's a good question.
That's just speculation.
Not quite. You do know that there's something unusual about this company's business model.
Do I? Production schedule, filament memory. Scribbled across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
Sorry, babies, my legs hurt. I gotta readjust a little bit.
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pesantic.
Hey, could you give me like a little physical healing from looking at things instead? Thank you. Hold on, how do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open.
Encyclopedia, where you
the
at?
roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
Hold on, how do I... Wait, whoa, so this is suddenly giving me a memory. What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6. UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
Capillaries. So we're dealing with something medical here? Or this must be an elaborate piece of art. These are both bad. This must be an elaborate piece of art.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
With question mark exclamation point in the note.
They must have had massive air width. These things don't come cheap.
Wait, who's the game master? Or if it's a game, then who's playing? Who's the game master?
Someone very important. The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the game master's frequency.
Stop peeling my morale. Why would that even... Oh, I guess conceptualization liked it. If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing.
6 of them?
Insulinda, Kotla, Gra,
Oh, that's what's
Samara,
happening.
and even Il Mara. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
I see. This is a big joke about game development. The cost of airwidth alone would have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Nerds.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural.
Elfman with sword.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic.
Wax magic.
Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind?
Truly.
You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin.
No.
One of the
Don't
welkins,
become an other
among the
again.
rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged.
Don't kin this welkin.
The Haldor, the Tworg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. Poor Kim would have to be like, no, these aren't real. I know you've forgotten many things. You have not forgotten the very real existence of Welkin. One of them is a Welkin supremacist. Or, well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real?
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
Shut up, game devs. Get out of the dialogue. One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
The lieutenant nods at the Welkin's facial hair. Well, this has been educational.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
You gotta really respect someone who puts so much effort into conceptualizing their fictional world, I think. Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow,
Glaciers.
great mammoth-like beasts of burden.
Glaciers.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for
My ears are made of
geothermal
glass. I've got
energy
glass ears.
engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. So much pain. Back pain, neck pain, headaches, carpal tunnel, chest pain. No gym membership can make up for working in this manner.
Am I right? Am I right, fellow game devs?
Minimi stands for a mini meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Wait. Oh, you're saying, I see. Run is based on something called sprint planning. I'm not familiar with what that is. Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." The full text reads, "Heat death of the universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise."
Whatever, Shivers. Well, Kim wants to talk.
Tiles on the cube are still
Insert the production
like a
schedule.
smooth draw. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Wait, I thought you were joking about Agile, but that was also part of it. Sprint planning is basically doing a month-long spurt of work. Instead of doing tasks one at a time, you get a bunch of tasks that you need to finish in a month. So we're just talking about like crunch. We're just talking about like planning for crunch. Like a smooth draw. Press play again.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's playing a magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Fortress
Yo, yo,
Accident
yo.
de Saint-Ghislain. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
It's supposed to be an anti-crunch work plan, but you can always crunch if you want to. A month in advance to get tasks that fit in the entire month's work hours. Print and then reevaluate what needs to be done next. This seems like trying to make a fancy system out of something that's just like what you kind of end up doing a lot of the time. Like you work on the things that you know you need to work on, and then you check in. Fucking corporate shit. Let's try the password for the production schedule.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I've unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Really? She just used the same password?
Lieutenant
Maybe
seems
those
up-
radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Hey, she said Fortress accident instead of production schedule. That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along with the static.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Press print.
With a quiet determination, the printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
Read the printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about lollll Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident.
I believe you mean accident.
The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Read about the capital. I want to know about the money.
In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Ria, but then came the delays.
Oof.
Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Ria, with only half of the game finished.
Gosh, where did they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Read about the workforce. Who worked there? How long?
Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers,
What the
sound
fuck is
engineers,
money?
a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists?
Wait. There can't have been that many. Wait, why did a radio game need so many artists? Oh, I see. That is a fair question.
It didn't.
It didn't need so many concept artists?
No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skipped work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good.
This I assume does hit a bit different. If I know that shit happened in Zone between the creators and the owners or whatever. I don't know that much about it. I don't know that much about it. I assume at the time it was all good-natured ribbing, but it seems like things got a bit less good-natured. Skim through the production schedule, whatever it is.
The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Because of the concept artists? Right, what happened?
It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million Real game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought
What was
they
their
could bridge
previous
the gap
game?
with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't.
I could have bridged the gap, or, oh, so they were done in by their own ambition. You can say the latter.
No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
The what?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Sulisław Jalisa, decided that what lollll Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
This is some insane shit. Who were these people, or how many heads were there? How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
That's pretty bad, so that's what did them in?
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
That must be the anomaly Suna mentioned in the church log.
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness before the Egonian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the Wirral Untethered project was being compiled that day.
And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air? Or, I didn't understand a word of that. And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air?
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation
could surely
or pay
not
for the loss.
be done. What, they lost the whole game and wouldn't even pay for it? Wasn't there a copy of the game? A backup? I didn't see that one.
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What's it say?
S. Luukinen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch.
Oh.
I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
It's not very convincing, is it? Or it seems like a perfectly reasonable explanation. Or is there anything else from this lead programmer? Proceed. Not very convincing, is it?
Her former colleagues would agree with you.
Is there anything else from this lead programmer?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Read the notes at the end.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location.
Well, radio computers aren't like a thing. At least not in this, like this is like a fantasy computer concept. I just keep mentally comparing it to that idea that the solar flare caused that Mario glitch. But, you know, if it's a big pillar of the nothingness, then presumably it like kind of, you know, like just kind of all the data, you know, the data got nothinged.
I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
Yeah, no shit. Tear off the printout and throw it away.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering.
Remove the production
The
schedule.
filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Wait, let's see what Kim has to say. What's up, Kim?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's obvious. This is what remains of Suna's radio game studio, Fortress Occident. Or it looks like an undercover counterintelligence program, or it's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making? Or, no time, let's move. It's obvious.
Yes, I got that. What I meant was, what were they trying to achieve with this damn game? What were their ambitions? Because this here looks rather advanced.
Yeah?
This is way above your tiny little policeman head.
Legendary failure. I don't know, I'm not an artist.
Okay, well, I think...
Lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle
Nerd.
box.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
What?
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
How were they planning to do that? Has anyone ever done this before? And this was a role-playing game? Wow. How were they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head thinking, they were insane if they thought they could do this. Or, it was just a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. Or, the world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it. Or, do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger. Oh man, it sucks I couldn't get that $100 fine from that guy. I don't think... It doesn't say accept task, I think, because there's no way. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
He says, looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Yeah. Boom, back up to 4 skill points, baby. And I have this. The cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand, its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads, production schedule. Note, this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. He did smile a little. He liked that you were into it. I guess I should end it here for tonight. You know who else is EP? You know who else is EP? They're just so fucking EP. But obviously we will play more tomorrow, and I hope you all have a good evening. They are very soft and good. Even if my foot was asleep a bit ago and it was very distressing. Wait. Okay, yeah. You almost freaked me the fuck out about what day of the week it was. You can't do this to me hasta mañana. And no, I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay here, even though my butt really hurts, but I can't move. Damn you, babies.